Hi, I'm Jake, and joining me today for the first time ever together is my good buddy
Alex, nice to be here.
And my cousin
Allie.
And this is definitely history making, everybody.
Yeah, I'm even sitting on the other side of the couch.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And today we're going to I was contemplating having us react to a movie, but then I thought it'd be interesting to try something new for such a unique situation. What we're going to do today is we're going to react to a TV episode of a show that I recently binged back in January of this year, the 1990s cop drama, Homicide, Life on the Street. A relic of the 90s that is considered by many to be one of the most critically acclaimed police shows of all time, but has sadly kind of fallen into a little obscurity. Like, people know of it, but not as much as, say, Law and Order. In fact, the show is probably best known today for the fact that in the 90s it did a couple of crossovers with the original Law and Order. Also the fact that one of the main characters of Homicide, John Munch, played by the late Richard Belzer, when Homicide ended, that character crossed over onto Law and Order SVU. So in that way he kind of lived on.
And that was also my frame of reference talking to Allie before shooting today. Oh, wasn't that the show with Richard Belzer in it?
And my thoughts on Homicide after binging it all 7 seasons in January is, it's not a perfect show. When it could get dumb, it could get really fucking dumb. But when it was good, it was goddamn excellent. And there were so many good episodes to go with it. One of the things that set it apart from Law & Order was the fact that it was a very character-driven show, which Law & Order has almost never been. So for today, we're going to watch one of the most acclaimed episodes from Season 2, which is a great season, but kind of a weird one because it's only 4 episodes. Yeah. There's not a lot of room for it to be good or bad in that kind of situation. We're going to watch episode 4, which was chronologically produced as number 4, but released as number 1 because NBC wanted to capitalize on the episode's guest star, Robin Williams.
Oh.
Robin Williams plays the grieving husband of a murdered woman while their family is touring in Baltimore on vacation. Something you can relate to.
Really safe place.
Not the death part, but the touring part.
No, well, when we were there last summer, there was a murder just pretty much 10 minutes from where we were.
What?
So.
I guess something's never changed.
Yeah.
And last thing to mention is, next to Robin Williams, we also get a very first acting appearance by Jake Gyllenhaal.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he plays Robin Williams' son.
Icon.
We're not allowed to like him because of Taylor Swift, okay?
How to get the role? His father, Stephen Gyllenhaal, was the episode's director. So, yeah, everybody's connected in some way. And
Nepotism.
I was just going to say, I forgot he was a Nepo baby.
That's about all I have to say, so without further ado, let's watch the show that John Ryan, the creator of The Shield, said had a lot of influence on his own work.
Right?
We are in the 90s.
Definitely. There they are.
Ah!
There's the baseball.
Yep.
Robin Williams is super bad.
That's like Seal. Is that Seal? Also very 90s.
Homicide had amazing soundtrack choices.
Why them?
Looked like they probably wouldn't put up much of a fight.
So we're just looking for a quick scan.
Right?
Cue the iconic intro. Cigarette.
Oh, that's the John Munch.
Ned Beating.
This thing's got Red Bull written all over it. The deputy commissioner was called at home. Catherine Ann Ellison, mother of two, tourist. She takes one in the face at close range.
Witnesses?
Husband and 2 kids. Most I could get out of them was 3 O's. They run south after doing the deed.
I mean, one place they could be heading is South Baltimore.
Jake Gyllenhaal. That haircut. That is so nice.
Get a hold of Mark's Bowline and Evans, Second Bay.
Gee.
We've got a red ball. I need them all wrapped up. And Lieutenant Giordano, shift commander, you are. Husband. You're those victims. Victims husband. I'm sorry, sir.
Is this necessary? Unfortunately. Come on, that's all. Yeah, I told you.
I think he'd be a little bit more broken up.
Well, he is, but
He's trying to act strong.
yeah.
Classic.
He doesn't have fully gray hair yet.
He was like 50 at the time they did this.
Where are they taking my wife? She's down at the medical examiner's office. The law requires them to do an autopsy. Just tell the funeral home of your choice that that's where the body is.
This is a very ugly room.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're gonna have to throw some paint on the walls, huh?
What's that mirror for? This where you change policeman clothes?
No. No, policemen don't change.
Dad, Matt's mad at me.
He's not mad at you.
Off of blood.
Yeah. Fresh.
Matt's in 8th grade. Really?
Nailed it.
I like the 8th grade.
Who likes the 8th grade?
I know.
Playground. Your mom was hurt today.
These 3 guys, they rocked us, didn't they, Dad?
Yes, they did. Did you see these 3 guys? Huh?
They were young and saying bad words.
Yeah.
Who?
Do you remember what these 3 guys, what they looked like?
I didn't seem too good. Mommy pushed me back of her.
Anything you might be able to tell me? Come on. Don't be scared, right? Okay. Try.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
He's on the ground. There's blood.
That's it, please. No more.
Can I get a cheeseburger?
Never cries.
Does she not understand what happened?
Not at all.
You looking for them boys that come running through you in about an hour ago, right?
There's another Baldwin brother.
That's Daniel Baldwin.
Everybody's favorite.
Really? It's Steve Baldwin
William, Alec, and Daniel.
and Daniel. Okay.
Daniel's a distant fourth.
One of them calls himself Kid from
He's the drug addict brother. Just chilling at home.
Where's the gun? Reminds me of your kid. Where's the gun? Trap is out. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Look what I found. 45. I asked him to describe the gun. You know what I said? It says big metal. With a hole in it like this. Why is every civilian says the same thing about Iraq? 3 nondescript goes with a hole in the end of the barrel the size of a 4 McKinley tunnel. I am telling you, I don't have a rack of the overtime on this one. This funny to you? It's a big joke, huh? Gross. I want him off this case. I'm sorry about your wife, man. This must be tough, but I'm the primary in this case. You don't have a choice here. I want to make a complaint. Okay, I want to start with you. I want to start now.
A few weeks ago, he was working on a father of 4 shot in East Baltimore. After that, a domestic stabbing. After that, a drug shooting in a party. Next week, it will be somebody else. He's not going to feel what you feel. None of us are.
And he's a boss.
Mr. Allison, I can still remember the first murder I ever handled. Walbrook Junction, Kenny David Laws. I can remember how he was laid out in the apartment. I can remember the pictures of his kids that he had taped to the refrigerator. I can't remember my 50th or my 40th. The only difference between Felton and the rest of us is that he doesn't have the patience to hide that fact. You need him to solve the murder, not to grieve.
G has a good line where he says, "I'm running a homicide unit. I have no time for emotions."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys,
Mr. Ellison, how do you feel, Mr. Ellison?
Who's Jake?
He disappeared.
We can't go home without mommy.
Oh no.
Laura,
Stop saying that.
she's dead. She's not coming.
Some kids are just too difficult to get through to.
Yeah.
She's dead.
Hey. Gotta get up early and pick up Grandma.
It's a cute little girl.
These are some really, like Jake Gyllenhaal, no surprise, but she's a pretty good child actress too. They feel
Yeah. Jake's
real.
doing- Yeah, Jake's doing really well.
No.
Ooh. This is just the start of a long phase that he's probably gonna have to go through.
Gonna need a lot of therapy.
Yeah.
Quite a vacation.
Yeah.
This is my favorite moment.
Antonio Parr, a.k.a. Tweety, takes the Vic's jewelry, gives it to his girlfriend, swears for like 10 minutes that her mama gave it to her. I guess that makes this guy her daddy, right?
Cross him up, Bo.
Hey, keep funkadelic. Drop by and say hello, huh?
See, he's waving to us.
Hello, Tweety.
It wasn't tough to find either. See, we know you and he are rap buddies. So we being smart police, we just pulled your sheet up and hunted up co-defendants. Marvin, you have the right to remain silent. Although personally, I don't feel remaining silent's all it's cracked up to be. Smoke?
Sam? Good boy.
He's giving you up.
No, he's a shit.
He says,
You gotta tell them they have a right to a lawyer, but they're too stupid to ask for one. You don't have to push it.
Shut up all that penalty stuff, man. I ain't going out like that.
Vaughn Perkins, 19 years of age. Oh, whoa. His sheet shows only shoplifting and a disorderly charge.
Now, how does a kid go from stealing a new pair of tennies to homicide in 1 week?
Tweety gave up on. Says you gave the boy the gun. Tweety always was a punk. I don't think Vaughn's the shooter. He doesn't have the sheet for it.
Look, man, I put that 45 in people's faces 200-300 times, and I never once let go of a bullet. I'm a stone stick-up man. I know my business. I ain't saying nothing else. And you know and I know the two of us gonna be doing 30 in just for having anything to do with it. And the third one probably gonna see death row. So you can just ship my little lonesome ass back over to city jail, and we'll see how it plays out. Between you and me. Look, now, I ain't saying you right about anything. But the boy you mentioned, if he was there, I bet he didn't mean to do it.
Vaughn.
Yeah.
Looks like you got rust on it.
You recognize the game?
You're rusting out, Bob.
No.
Wasting all your shots.
You didn't want to shoot?
No, that's me, sir. I spoke to your people back in Iowa, and I'll be handling the arrangements
Iowa.
for shipping the body back home.
They're a long way from home. Why would they have the funeral here? Don't they usually?
No, they're
transport?
preparing the transporter back to Iowa.
Got it.
We're closed. Where's the wedding ring?
You gotta check with the cops.
All personal effects and clothes of the victim were taken.
No one told me this.
You should have been told.
No one tells me anything.
They took her clothes.
They don't tell me anything.
Well, we gotta cut him off for the autopsy. And then they bag him and
Mr. Allyson.
It's pretty much a free reign to walk all over the place, huh?
Yeah.
probably checked in.
All the personal property was taken as evidence. Irene said.
Oh. But who gave you permission to take her clothes? She's lying up there in that damn room with no clothes. You don't know. She's very... She wasn't very much at ease with her body.
I understand.
I don't think it matters anymore.
In a plastic bag with no clothes.
He's grieving.
I want her out of the plastic bag. And I want you to have something to protect her.
We've identified 3 possible suspects, and we'd like you to look at some photos.
Here you go. Mr. Ellison, just a couple of things. The hairstyles can be easily changed.
He looks really familiar.
Kyle Secor.
Yeah.
He's been in a bunch of stuff. Can't think of a lot right now, but yeah, he's a face that pops up. He's done a lot of shows lately.
I can't say. Why, do you think it should be easy?
Take your time.
But someone wondering, why do you remember all the faces when you... But I'm just an average guy. All I remember is the gun. I didn't do anything. Yeah, but you would have done something, wouldn't you?
Let's see, I would have done.
Oh, you're not saying anything, but you're thinking it, aren't you? I mean, hell, everybody's thinking it. Even my own son thinks it, like there's a whole list of things that you're supposed to do before your wife. And if you can't do anything, at least remember their faces, so when the police show you a bunch of pictures, you can point them out. Here!
No. That's not the way we do things here, Mr. Ellison.
Yeah, former city policeman, we're looking for Vaughn Perkins. Is he home?
What trouble's in now?
Where's the son?
John Polito.
Oh, yeah.
Sonny, he's my nephew.
Has he been caught stealing again?
He's not a bad boy. He sings on the church choir with me.
I just want to ask
A lot of bad people sing in the church.
According to our records, we have you listed as Vaughn's mother.
My brother Jeffrey, he married Vaughn's mother. Renee, she just has trouble up.
She's a dope phenomenon.
She just has trouble being patient with the world. I wrote down that I was a mother so they could go to school out here because they're just better schools out here.
How did Vaughn react when his father died?
Every day, he would go out to the curb, hoping to see him. Renee just was not able just to think ahead for those boys.
Where's the mother living?
Hey, I ain't seen you put nothing in there, boy. Don't you be taking nothing out.
And
Shot and killed a woman in front of her children for $70 and some jewelry.
He was home with me and my man that day.
All day.
Yeah, all day. Can't take my baby away from me.
Did they even say
Yeah,
what
might
day
have
it
to
was?
get charged with perjury.
probably been a day or two.
Well, she was like, he was home all day with me.
Perjury?
But I didn't hear them say like, oh, 2 days ago.
And now she's like, nah, when they said they could charge her for lying. Bitch.
What a mother.
Mr. Ellison? Doesn't like a good swing set.
Your wife's things here.
Yeah.
Those things are indestructible.
Now, if you'd like, I can have a uniform and take you back to your hotel. You always wear a gun? Yeah, pretty much all the time, sure. You mind? Could I hold it?
against recognition.
Yeah, what?
Mr. Ellison,
I want to touch your gun.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. The killer is the one with the gun. Not you, Mr. Ellison.
I'd just like to hold the gun just to feel what it's like.
It's definitely not allowed.
No.
Bayless,
No.
this character, he's always been the most emotional of the cops, making decisions based on what's in his heart over what the rules are.
Right this morning, right in there was Tweety saying, "You've done all this shooting." Mark, oh, he's too professional to be throwing people down like that. He says, "What do you say, Mom?"
He's got nothing to say because there is nothing to say. We got him already, Kay. We're done.
I'm not too mind. There's something more going on here in there, Vaughn.
Can I have some paper and a pencil? Please? Stick it on our
What?
Whoa! Beauregard Felton, maturity, stability, a lawman for our time. Wow. He's sitting there for 4 hours without saying a word. Then he writes a letter, says, "Please give this to the lady's husband." What's that? He's sorry. Like the family wants a condolence letter from this character.
A little unhinged.
Dear sir, I know nothing I can say can change what I have done. I can't say why it happened, and I know I can't take it back. I had the power, but forgot who I was. This won't make you feel different, but I'm sorry just the same.
Sounds like he learned his lesson. Let's say we just send him home.
When was the last time you heard a shooter say he was sorry he pulled the trigger? Most of the time they say they're sorry they're charged.
I had the
Like a lot.
power, forgot who I was.
That is what we refer to in law enforcement as evidence.
I didn't exactly say he shot the woman.
What is with you, Kay?
Did
Vaughn say he shot?
That's what he said. He doesn't admit anything. He writes the letter and he demands a lawyer. It doesn't fit him.
Who gives a damn either way? His homeboys put him in. He's going to take the weight. I'm on to new business.
Leave it up and ran, bro.
Why?
You really believe that Vaughn Perkins is a shooter?
You deal with 3 squirrels, you get 4 lies. All I know is the kid is willing to eat the whole meal.
He's taking the fall for his buddies.
Why would he do that? This case is down. You do what you gotta do. I'm on to the next dead guy. In case you haven't heard, they're kind of piling up around here.
What a guy.
The board, they write a fresh case in red. When it's solved, they write in black.
I guess the guilt-stricken little fellow wants to save the taxpayers' money. We arrest him, and boom, 10 days later, a guilty plea. On to the
He's
business.
pleading guilty. He's gonna go to prison.
I call that justice. The PD says he wants life, no parole. Won't take less. Let's get to the courthouse.
He's going into court today asking for a life sentence. I've said it before, I've said it again. He's taking the fall for this.
And you are aware that by pleading guilty to this crime, you are giving up virtually all legal grounds by which you could appeal the verdict.
Yes, sir.
Then I am in no position to do anything more than sentence you to the custody of the Division of Corrections for the term of natural life, without the possibility of parole.
What's that? You give my note? I didn't even give it to him. That's like I asked you to do, huh? Oh man, why did I give it to him, huh?
What's he talking about?
Get off me. Why did I give it to him?
With your permission, sir, I'd like some time to follow for 1 minute.
I can't help thinking Mrs. Ellison gets shot, and the mayor, the governor, the commissioner are on the phone within the hour.
The tourist gets shot outside the new stadium is...
It's not the kind of thing that keeps white folks coming to town. We had a red ball going full throttle. If instead Catherine Ellison's name was Llewellyn Jones to the 1200 block of Calhoun Street, would Bo have gotten out of overtime? See what you can find out.
He's a very sensitive child.
Yes, sir.
Let me show you this. My husband had taken him hunting, and Vaughn shot a rabbit. And do you know what he did? He buried it. He felt terrible. So he was worried
Saintly.
about how sad that mama rabbit was going to be.
Do you think Vaughn killed that woman?
We don't know if he killed her. He said he did. Called me from the jail. He said, Aunt Rose, I'm sorry. And that last time that he went to his mother, I thought, that's it. That's it. We lost him. But when he called me from that jail, I knew we didn't. His soul we didn't lose.
Can't nobody say I didn't love that boy. Not Rose Landry, not social services, not you damn police. Can't nobody say that. Vaughn decided to come back here. He could have stayed, but he wanted to be with his mama. Sitting in the church.
A lot of people do.
Going fishing down there. He ain't the one. I don't care what y'all say. I know that boy.
Parental denial.
Nobody.
30 years.
30 years of his life equals what he helped that boy do in my life. I thought that if I came here and saw them get what they deserve, I'd feel better. I don't. Didn't mean anything. Catherine's dead. Because the funny thing is, the instant I pulled that trigger, I lost my wife. I joined the club. But the funny thing about the club is, none of the members want to belong. Here comes an associate. Probably had someone who was close to a kill, but not that close. Maybe a mother-in-law. Why me? Truth is, it's not why me anymore. It's when me. Hope you don't take this personally, Detective Howard. I hope I never see you again.
Vaughn Perkins wrote you a letter. Would you like it?
No.
Vaughn really wanted you to have this letter.
Did he?
Just take it.
I'll tell you what, why don't you give it to any one of the people passing by here? I think they'd understand it as well as I will.
What do you expect him to say that he hasn't had 20 chances to say already?
One last conversation with the guy. As naturally happens in prison when a lady visits.
They came and got me out of the dormitory saying I had a lady friend in. I ain't said it was no damn police.
Vaughn, please wait. Sit down.
My name is Abdul Aziz.
Are you a Muslim now? Nation of Islam or Moorish Brethren?
Boom, Mike came
You
down.
got something to say to me?
I want to know if you killed that woman.
It was the will of Allah.
Oh, come on, Vaughn. I know about you. I talked to your hand.
You don't know nothing about me.
I saw your mom, too.
She alright? How she look?
She looks fine. She still doesn't think you could have possibly murdered Catherine Allyson. She swears you don't have the heart for it.
Heart ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
What were you doing in South Balmer, sticking people up? Did you think it was some your dad would have respected?
I wanted to hold the gun. Because I wanted the power. Then everyone would be safe and then nothing would happen. Thought if I took the gun, the ladies wouldn't give up the locket. And I felt the whole sky fall on top of me. What I did to that lady, it's done. And she's gone. Can't do nothing about it. She's gone. And this is about me.
Still my shooter, right?
He is the shooter.
You should have left him alone, Cat.
Yep.
So, that was season 2, episode 4, Bop Gun of Homicide, Life on the Street. What'd you guys think?
It was good. Definitely had some 90s vibes in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the music and kind of the style of
Yeah,
things.
style is very 90s.
But Homicide, that's kind of what set it apart from, say, Law and Order, where the camera's just sitting there, not really moving. And did you guys notice how they're really, like, the crime itself was not focused on too hard? Like, a lot of the episode was based around the characters.
Yeah, it was very character driven.
Right. Yeah.
I guess the first place to start is, what did y'all think of Robin Williams as Robert Ellison?
I thought it was good. I think it was kind of low key for him.
Yeah. He wasn't in it as much as I thought he was going to be. Like, there was a lot of focus on Vaughn and his story, which I liked.
Yeah.
But, you know, for somebody with the name of Robin Williams, I don't know, I guess I thought he would take up more of the episode.
They gave him just a fair amount where he is the focused guest star, but he doesn't hog the episode away from everybody. But yeah, I really liked him in this, and of all the, like, I know Good Will Hunting's the more well-known, but of the serious roles I've seen him do, I think this is my favorite. Just for how raw it feels. Like, this feels like a real grieving human being.
Yeah, I didn't love the part where he was talking to the chief of police and he was saying, like, you don't need my guys to be emotional, you need them to solve the murder. I didn't love that, only because I just didn't like the sentiment of it, because I would have liked it, I think, if Robin Williams came back a little bit more at him, but he kind of just, like, accepted what he was saying. And I don't know, I wish there was more back and forth there, but...
Didn't bother me. And they also, remember, they only have so much time to focus.
True.
And that wasn't the chief, that was the shift commander, Lieutenant Giardello, aka G, played by the late great Yaphet Kotto. And who would you guys say were your favorite, start with you, who would you say your favorite character was in this episode?
I can tell you who my least favorite character is, but that would be Baldwin times 2. But favorite character? I don't know. Probably Robin Williams. Yeah, by default. Yeah.
Allie?
Robin Williams, and I also really liked the female cop. I liked how she just kind of wouldn't give up on it. What was her name?
Kay Howard,
Yeah.
played by Melissa Leo.
Yes. I thought she did a good job.
I think I'm going to be the odd duck out here. When it comes to the show Homicide, my all-time favorite character is G. Just because he's like the strict, kind of stern father figure of the unit.
Steady hand.
He's got heart, but he's no nonsense. And this is really where it's going to set me apart from you guys. My second favorite character on Homicide, at the entirety of the show, is Beau Felton, played by Daniel Baldwin.
Oh, okay.
And I'll admit, he's a very flawed human being. He has some bad, unpleasant moments, but he's very complex, and we see in other episodes, he does have a lot of heart, and in season 3, there's a great storyline about him struggling to be a detective while his crazy wife steals their children and goes on the run, leaving him unsure where they are or if he'll ever see them again. With that kind of stuff, I found it hard not to feel some sympathy for him.
Yeah. Sure. And I think that's what's different between a movie and a TV show is you do get that character development that goes over several episodes versus just watching one in isolation. So I think maybe if I had seen more episodes with him in it, I would walk away with a different perspective.
Yeah. Watching this one, though, I mean, his character, I think, is literally pinned to be, like, the dick of the show.
I'll be kind of honest. I kind of sided with him through the episode. I mean, maybe it's because I'm a cynical son of a bitch, but I think if it was me, after a certain point, I'd be like, I'm just going to move on. But even though he's not that likable here, what did you think of his acting, Daniel Baldwin's acting?
It was hard for me to separate that just because of he is a pretty black and white character here.
Did he play a dickish character well?
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, it seemed very natural.
I've seen After watching him on Homicide and where his career has gone after he left the show, which is mostly B movies and direct-to-video crap, all I can think is Hollywood did him dirty, because next to Alec, he's probably the second best Baldwin brother.
Okay. Steven? No?
Well, he's doing all the religious stuff.
Okay.
And he's busy reaping the benefit of being Justin Bieber's father-in-law. And he said you liked Kay. I'll be honest, next to Munch, like, I know John Munch is the most popular character of Homicide, and they didn't feature a lot of him here.
Not here, yeah.
But I never got into Munch, and quite honestly, I never really got into Kay that much either. Her storyline was powerful, showing the contrast between her and Bo, but she was on the show for 5 seasons, and of all the characters, she was kind of the most one note.
Yeah.
Like, what you see her is kind of all she was, and I don't know, I found her voice to be kind of grating after a while, and she just never really changed, never really went anywhere, and
I wonder, was this show written by mostly male writers?
they had a good mix of male and female.
I wonder if she had gotten like more of a, maybe a spotlight, or like more of a female written kind of script that maybe it would have. I think about that sometimes of, you know, males writing for males. I mean, it's going to be a very male driven show. It's going to be a, you know, this is clearly a very male driven show.
At this
just based
point
on the
was.
cast, yeah. So I wonder if if she would have gotten a chance, maybe she could have been more likable, but I hear you. There's some characters on shows that you're just like, eh.
They did bring more female characters in the later seasons who I liked a lot better, who were given a lot more compelling stories.
Yeah.
But Melissa Leo, I know she's an Academy Award winner, but
Really?
she never really felt on point here as opposed to some others. But yeah, Bop Gun, this was a really good episode. It just takes your heart out and stomps on it.
Yeah.
And last big thing I want to mention is the writing, because the writing is definitely one of the strongest aspects of Homicide next to the cast members. This episode, which is based on a story by the show's showrunner Tom Fontana, was co-written by David Mills, a regular on the show, and David Simon, whose book, Homicide: A Year on the Killing Streets, was the inspiration for the show. Simon was a crime reporter with the Baltimore Sun, and after his book, they made the show, and then they eventually brought him on board. And this episode, Simon himself said that the scene where they're joking about how the victims reacted to the gun, Simon said that that was one of the most realistic cop.
Oh, I'm sure it goes on all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said that if real police were watching this, they'd probably get a laugh out of it. But yeah,
you don't have Robin Williams randomly wandering around everywhere. Free access to
make things awkward.
Yeah.
But Simon, he later became best known for creating the acclaimed HBO show The Wire.
Oh, yeah.
Another show about crime in Baltimore, except they could say fuck.
That sounds fucking stupid. What the hell was that?
Yeah, that'll happen.
Homicide, it's quite a show, and while it's kind of a bumpy ride, I do recommend watching it at least once. Although, it might be a little hard to find it, because it's not officially on any streaming platforms right now.
Okay.
And there are some unofficial uploads to certain video sites, but who knows how long those will stay up.
Right.
The best option is to probably buy the DVD, which, trust me, is worth it. And if you don't have a DVD player, well, a Blu-ray will play it just fine.
Is it NBC, right?
Yeah.
So maybe Peacock or...
No, it's not there.
No, it's not? Oh.
No, it's not any streaming service. From what I heard, it's a mix of who owns the rights to the show.
Oh.
And you also, as you pointed out, there's some soundtrack songs here.
Mm-hmm.
They use a lot of songs throughout the show's run, and the copyright owners want their revenue for every copy that's sold.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, gotta work through all that bullshit.
Oh.
overall, you guys get something out of this?
Yeah, it was an interesting episode. I vaguely remembered watching it back in the 90s, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it was cool to see it. You know, we've talked so much about it and heard so much about it, so I was interested to see it. And again, I'll watch anything with Robin Williams, so.
Well, glad you enjoyed it. We will be back soon, hopefully with one more Homicide reaction. And this one will be one of the most famous and even darker episodes.